Hi, I'm Robin. So, today what we're gonna do is some push-ups. Now, get rid of that groan because push-ups are awesome. If you do them correctly, they should not be painful, they shouldn't give you neck pain. You should feel them in the back of your arm, the tricep, and you should feel them in other. You'll probably feel your core working a bit too, okay? But they shouldn't be painful on your wrist either. So I'm gonna show you a couple different modifications and then you find the one that works best for you. Great. All right, so let's figure out what to do with your hands when you're doing a push-up. So the best thing that I've read is what you're going to be doing is lying on your belly, and if someone were to say to you, get up off the ground, where would your hands automatically go? Well, my hands went here, so this is where my hands will be for my push-up. Ah, so interesting. So my hands are here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start on my knees for a push-up. If this is already still too much, a modification would be on all fours, okay? So I'm on all fours, and what I'm doing is bending down and straightening up. So all that's moving are my elbows. My elbows are bending and straightening. So see how my back, I'm not like this and I'm not like that. It's still, if you watch the other core video, so it's just a nice flat back. And you're breathing, you're pushing down and straightening. There's always a little bit of a bend in my elbow. I'm not completely straightening it. And I'm breathing and loving the push-up. And at any point, if you're like, you know what, it's still a little too much on my wrists, that's okay. What you can do is you can hold on to weights, or I just have these tools. Again, not promoting anything, I just have them. So what you would do is it will put your wrists in a different position. You would hold on to them here, so still on all fours, and then you would bend and straighten, but not completely straightening. Okay, so that's one way to do a push-up. And if that's where you're at, that's totally fine. Try 10 of those and try to do that every day. And if 10 is super easy, then add 15. So just keep trying to add by increments of 5 until you get to where you want to go, or even till this gets easy, and then you can challenge the push-up a little more. Yay! Okay, so for those of you who said, you know what, all fours, that's super easy, I'm better than that, great. Let's challenge you a little more. So, getting rid of those for a second, assuming that your wrists are okay. What you're going to do, so first off, right, so you're finding that push-up, okay, this is my position, my core is nice and engaged. What I like to do is something called eccentric training. Very big word, but essentially what that means for the push-up is you're going to be lowering yourself down, okay? Because I find with the push-up, what happens is people kind of do this, and it's not as effective as it could be. So if you're gonna put the time in, might as well do an effective push-up. Ah, you're so smart, Robin. Oh, thank you so much. So what you're going to do is slowly lower yourself down, okay? And then go back to the starting point. And you're breathing out, and then back to the starting point, okay? So at no point should you have any low back pain, okay? If you start lowering it down even slower, you will feel it even more in your triceps. Oh, trying to make it good for you guys. Okay, ready? Lower, 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 lower. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, and so what you can keep doing, so if you lowered it down for 2 seconds, can you lower it down for a count of 5? And again, try doing that 10 times and see how you feel. Great. So now if you're like, you know what, the first 2 things you showed me, still too easy. Okay, let's do a modified push-up. I'm gonna start by holding these things again. Actually, I don't know the name. Either way, I'm gonna hold these. You can hold weights, you can have your wrists like this, you can have your wrists flat, whatever works for you. So, if you're holding a weight, what I like to do, instead of going directly like this, I kind of like to offset it a bit here. Just feels a little better. So, again, this is my push-up form here. I'm gonna lower myself down, breathe out on the way back up. So as you can tell, my push-up form still needs a little work, but always improving, always working on it. So what I would do for myself is I'm still working on that, slowly lowering it down to build up that strength. But for others, where you're like, oh, I can do this one, that's great, do that 10 times, okay? Other options again are a full push-up, right? So if you're out here and then you're doing a push-up, that's totally fine. I'm not even gonna try because it's just gonna make you laugh on the video, although it could be good for comparison's sake. So I'll attempt one just for you guys, but I still have a long ways to go, always trying. So essentially you'd be in a plank form and you'd be lowering it down. Oh, whew, this is a tough one. Oh my God, yeah. Okay, but notice how my core is still here. So I'm not going like this and I'm not like this. So I still have the core, I just need a bit of the strength to get up there. So if you guys are better than me, it's totally fine. It's not a competition, it's doing whatever's best for you. And hopefully this helped. Okay, great.